Bobcat.
And me is my nice special friend Summer.
Hi.
Yay! Okay, that was good though. Anyway, so we are reviewing up the 12th episode of season 6. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do the whole box beat like that.
Nah, I couldn't.
That probably would be hard.
Maybe if I do a review on baby cakes. Maybe.
That would be pretty hard on the throat, though.
Nah, it doesn't affect my throat so much. Anyway, so thoughts. Yeah, so as I said, Summer, aka Crazy Magic One on DeviantArt, is here with me. And oh boy, I'm excited because to the viewers, you don't know this, but I'm telling you right now. Long story short, there was background noise in the previous recording that we did because we did do a previous 10-minute recording, and we're basically just doing it again because I found out that the background noise was my own laptop, and I thought it was Summer's, and Summer couldn't really change her microphone, but I didn't know selected to my laptop microphone and not my Blue Snowball, so yay. Anyway, so general thoughts, basically, in my opinion. I think it was above average. It wasn't the best. It wasn't horrible in any way. I know a lot of my friends online, some of them were saying like 2 out of 10 worst Fluttershy episode, but some people said it was like the best Fluttershy. So it really is varied, of course, because like, not everyone's going to agree. I mean, just to say basically, I like sort of how Zeph had had his character basically split into two. The first half showing him, like, trying and giving up or failing at things and just not trying. And then the second part basically being shown that if he tries hard enough, he can succeed. And it is very relatable. I mean, we'll get into details in a little bit, but anyway, what do you think generally?
Well, if it was like a normal average episode, I would probably say meh, but I really do enjoy this episode because, like you said, it is relatable to me. Mostly in a personal sense for me, and I'm sure a lot of others can find some relation with Zeph and Breeze.
It is relatable, and I do want to say, in terms of just Zephyr and Fluttershy's interactions, obviously, like, we see Fluttershy stepping up her game in terms of her aggressiveness or assertiveness, and that's, like, that's good. She's not being mean, she's not being assertive, like, what episode was it, where she was, like, really assertive, like, the whole thing with,
Your house down? Was that it?
Yeah, that. She toned it down. Obviously, that episode was like a very overreacted version of this. But, she's doing it in a proper manner. Now, I don't like that she was very upset at Zeph from the beginning because when her parents were, like, giving her that face, she already knew what was going on. So, yeah, she had the right to be disappointed from the start because she already knew it, like, Zeph had, like, given up on what he was doing. So, I understand that. If it wasn't for that, I would have probably been confused as to like why Fluttershy would be so upset at Zeph from the very beginning, but it is understandable.
I guess in that matter, I am extremely relatable, at least when it comes to Zeph. Mostly because, like him, I am actually kind of fearful. Before I was like fearful of like getting my own job, just like because I was afraid of failure, like he was. Afraid of basically letting myself down, letting everybody I know down. But right now, I am doing a pretty good job, and it's boosts my self-esteem. People keep saying I'm actually doing a great job, and they appreciate my help.
Mm-hmm.
With Zeph, I am extremely pleased that they didn't make him unbeatable, that all he needed was just that little encouragement, and Fluttershy said he is smart, and he is talented, and that he could do it if he actually tried, and not let fear chain him up.
Mm-hmm. I will agree with that very much so. I like that they sort of redeemed him. I know you said before that you like redeemable episodes. And I mean, I don't see why people wouldn't. I mean, apparently, like you said, there are people who think that, like, Zeph shouldn't be redeemed. And what I said in the previous recording is basically, if Zeph didn't learn the lesson, if Zeph didn't succeed in the end, the lesson would still be there. It'd be altered a little. It'd be basically try as hard as you can, and even if you fail, that's okay because you tried. In this case, it's try as hard as you can, and even if you fail, try again at something else or try more, and you might succeed this time. And that's an even better and, like, bigger lesson. So that's why I like it. And in terms of the 4 things that I judge, obviously, for the episodes, the moral, which I just said, was really good. The way that they progressed it was pretty good, too, by basically splitting it into half of it giving a backstory to Zeph and explaining who he really is, and then the second half of the episode basically explaining and showing how first off Fluttershy can push him and get him to do this, and also how Zeph can succeed. They really spread it out, because sometimes in episodes they will just show the moral in the last few minutes, and they'll just like really put it out there, and that's not really so good. This one they spaced it out more, and animation is animation, and character development for Fluttershy majorly, because we saw how assertive and how successful she is at giving advice and pushing her brother, and for Zeph too as well, because of his redemption.
I've said it better myself, Connie.
I will say that in terms of what the writers had in mind for Zeph and Rainbow Dash, I think that was actually okay. I'm willing to say it was rather unnecessary, right? They could have left out the quote-unquote ship fuel of Zeph and Rainbow Dash, and the episode wouldn't have changed. They just did that maybe to extend the time of the episode, I don't know, but when I look back, it's like, the times that Zeph was like, oh, like, hey, Rainbow Dash, I could feel something going on, or like, I'm trying to start something with you, wasn't so necessary. It was really just to establish his, I guess, nosy or selfish attitude. He obviously didn't see that Rainbow Dash didn't want to be with him or do anything with him, but he was trying anyway.
For the record, I'm still a Soren Dash shipper myself, but... Oh, by the way, while we got 1,001 new fanfic ideas, we got to see Fluttershy's parents, so there goes a bunch of other headcanon ideas down the drain.
Well, yeah, but then we have like 3,000 headcanons and fanfics and most likely shipfics about Rainbow Dash and Zeph.
Wait.
Oh, actually, no. Speaking of Fluttershy's parents, something we didn't say last in the previous recording. First off, Fluttershy's parents are more Fluttershy than she is, and yeah, they do need to be more served. So, in a sense, her parents sort of stuck up, because they sort of got to the point where they said, your sister has a point, and that is them sticking up for themselves. And I like their voices. They have Fluttershy's voice. They both have this soft, quiet voice. But, that makes me wonder, right? Because originally I was thinking, I think everybody was thinking that Fluttershy's brother was going to be pretty much the opposite of Fluttershy. I didn't know that Fluttershy's parents would be like Fluttershy, and he would be the only one left out. It makes me wonder sort of how Fluttershy's parents got together. Were they both shy when they were young? Had they always been shy? Because, it seems like his father, isn't really shy. I mean, he works at a factory. He worked at the factory and everything. And he seemed like a pretty well-known pony there. But it is just interesting, their voices.
Yeah, so I can probably understand where Fluttershy and maybe Zephyr came from. They probably, in a sense, either spoil or did something to their kids. At least that's how I see it. You know what's odd?
Usually, and I'm talking about real life, the firstborn usually is sort of a favorite. We have in the Brady Bunch, I don't know the girl's name, but she's the one in the middle. She's the middle in terms of age, so she doesn't get so much attention on. So you would think that Fluttershy would get more attention than Zeph, especially if she's saved Equestria a dozen times, because they've said that 3 times now this season. But you would think that.
Yeah. Usually kind of sucks for the middle child, because you either get attention because you're the oldest, or you get the attention because you're the baby of the family.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I seem to understand it.
Yeah. That's what
my sister usually got more attention from my grandma, because I was the youngest, and the oldest usually doesn't get attention when the youngest is in the family.
In addition to basically that, right? Like I've said, Fluttershy saved Equestria. She's the firstborn. Zeph hasn't really done anything much. The parents are just sucking up to him. You'd expect, Fluttershy to be getting packages from her parents saying, oh, great job saving the world or something. Obviously, the introduction of Fluttershy's parents and Zeph is sort of like what they did with Shining Armor and Cadence and everything. Just here's new characters that were introduced into the show that you've never seen before and we're telling you about right now and have never told you about before. Fluttershy's never mentioned her brother or parents, just like Twilight's never mentioned her brother.
Yeah, writers, be careful when you do something like that.
Obviously they can't go back into episodes and make Fluttershy say, oh, by the way, my brother's calling me, I have to go, or something they can't just do that. But then again, they can, right? Because with Derpy, right, they changed her voice and everything gosh, again, can't remember the episode, but that well-known episode that...
Roundup.
Yeah. last roundup. Like, they did it there.
That was just a voiceover dub. I don't think they would do something as extreme as this.
Yeah, no, I know. But they can do that. But anyway.
They can, but will they?
Nah, they won't. But anyway.
We don't have Lauren Faust at the helm, so... It just seems like the writers are just not paying attention to older episodes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Features like this that are obviously kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
First we had Shining Armor and Cadence, who were obviously more in the Twilight, and yet we never heard a freaking word about them in any of the previous episodes.
I know.
It seems like Courage the Cowardly Dog or SpongeBob SquarePants, where we have the status quo dot or something like this, where we could just thrust things at random.
Yeah, I know.
It's an ongoing saga with characters that just like pop up like a freaking anime. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about now. This writers, be careful.
Mm-hmm. Here's my question that I don't think a lot of people thought of. What are they gonna do now? How are they gonna introduce Zeph in a future episode? Like,
maybe as like a psych, maybe as like a cameo and
maybe, but like, what else? Like, what's his next problem gonna be? He like probably he got fired from from his job as a main therapist or something. I mean, like, I don't know where they're gonna go with this. In fact, I think maybe we should end off there. Basically, like, everybody who was watching, like, what do you think is gonna happen first off with Zeph in the future? And of course, like, what did you think of this episode in general? Like, we would love to hear you and talk with you. I, of course, always check the comments and make sure to reply to you. Because chances are, if you say that the episode's bad and you have good reasons for it, I'm going to agree with you. And if you say it's good, I'm also going to agree with you. Because, it's that kind of an episode. A lot of people are having good reasons for each. And you could easily say, oh, Zeph shouldn't be redeemed because of just who he is. Like, he doesn't deserve it. And that's not something to disagree with.
Yeah, I also want to mention relatability, his redemption, at least with the drama that's been going on lately. I like the hopefulness the episode gave me because no matter how manipulative or how fearful or how lazy someone is, there's still hope for the change, and you just give them that bit of encouragement and put your hoof down at some point, like Fluttershy has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can change. They have the free will, they have the power, they have the ability, and I love rejected episodes because they give me a sense of hope,
Mm-hmm.
I admit that I'm a bit like Fluttershy's parents when it comes to some of my rabble-rousing friends, but hey, I do have to learn to sort of put my hoof down and not be fearful like Zeph, just sort of step up my game when it comes to this. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty okay episode. I loved how they just kind of made it for me in a sense because I really did relate to Zeph and Fluttershy in a sense.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely while I might not relate to it as much, I understand the relatableness to many people. But anyway, I think that's about it. I'm gonna say that the episode was about 6, 7 out of 10. It was pretty good. They got the morals really great.
Yeah, I agree with you there. If it was like a normal episode, I would probably say it was okay. But it certainly wasn't as bad as the people screaming in the fridge were saying.
No, I agree 100% with all that you're saying. Everybody has different opinions. And I think we're going to end that off there. Like I said, I'm the Connoisseur. This is Summer, aka Crazy Magic One on DeviantArt. And, of course, you can check her out in the description. And, of course, I'm going to say right now how great of an artist she is for what she does. Not everybody paints ponies in MS Paint, even if they're basic or whatever. Not many people just make their own unique style. And Summer, of course, like I've said, you do have that unique style. But anyway, I think that's about it. And I guess we will see you in the next video. So feel free to talk, and we'll see you.
Bye. And remember, there's more than meets the eye. You can just dive deeper.
Yay!
How was that?
Good, that was even better!